All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your guy 5100 CJ, aka the Pookie Hybrid. Back at you with another video. And this one is a whole nother Instagram post that I did. And I always do these polls, right? When I do them, I tend to try to get the people's voice, right? Because I don't have a lot of people on the show, which I will start to do, but only in person. Like, I'm not really with the, panels. Niggas get to talking rowdy and you can't smack them in their mouth if they get to acting too stupid, or you can't check a woman when she get rowdy. The energy different in person.
Larry, what the hell is the Larry, you can't just, Larry, you're right, Larry.
So I don't really do the panel stuff like that no more. It's just goofy to me. People come on the internet just to show their ass. But I still like to get engagement from the people when I'm not in front of them. So I do polls. So recently I did a poll, and the question that I asked comes from a place of curiosity, frustration, and need for understanding. And I asked this question. I basically asked black women, when black men are talking about their issues with black women, do they hear us ignoring their traumas and giving black men passes for the BS that they do, right? And I did a poll, and 83% said, yes, this is how they feel. And 17% said no. So overwhelmingly, it was women that commented, which I wanted, right? And they said that it's true that this is how they feel. I think that that's problematic. And why do I say that's problematic? Black women have to understand something about our history in America. And I think they do. I just think that I don't know. I don't even know what goes on in their minds sometimes. I really don't. But I need y'all to understand. We need y'all to understand that black men have a unique experience in this country outside of police brutality and outside of the streets. Okay? I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to understand that boys have been taken advantage of by women as far as sexual advances, as far as their mothers manipulating them to do things and turning them against their fathers. I need you to understand that black men have been cheated on, if not as much as black women, probably more. Like, this happens a lot. Both of us are screwed up, okay, by how we was brought up in this country. This is the reality, right? I think it's very problematic that if I'm addressing my issues with you and things you have done in general, right? Black women in general, done to black men in general. I think it's very problematic that you see that as dismissing your issues with black men. Because I'm not doing that. I've had different shows where I've addressed men not taking care of their children. I've addressed men not keeping their composure and not putting their hands on women. Like, I've addressed these type of things. But more of my content is centered around men. And I hear so many women say, I'm sick of these podcasts. But I've literally seen some of those same women, and some of them online, and some of them I know personally, in another comment section of like tonight's conversation with Ace Metaphor, where they're more liberal leaning, they're more, I would say, woman friendly perspectives. Like, they have more of that going on over there. And he basically talks to women all day. He basically talks about the bad men all day. So they don't have a problem with that podcast.
Now, always hear on the internet, you need to be a wife before he makes you one. That's why you ain't married yet. As if that man ever seriously had intentions on being your husband.
That's what I get at. That's so it's like, I understand that that's what you hear, but that's not an excuse not to listen. And there's this narrative, I've seen it online, I've heard it in conversations in life, that there's this narrative that black women have been healed and black men won't get therapy. And it's like, what world are y'all living in? Most people don't get therapy. This is the problem I have with y'all. Y'all like to sell that y'all got this shit together. And to be fair, black men do the same thing, right? At least it comes off that way. Okay, you see what I'm getting at now? I'm going somewhere. We sell this idea that we have it all together, and we clearly don't. It's in our families. It's in our history. We do not have it all together. And that's not all the fault of either one of us. There's a shared blame. There's enough to go around. It's just that when you watch movies, when the father ain't there, the conversation is he left. When you see sexual assault, it's usually a man committing the crime. When you see domestic violence, it's usually the man committing the crime. It's never tackled from the angle that a woman did something to a man. And this is why you have an overabundance, overly saturated market of podcasts, because men that weren't born in the 30s, that had all this power, quote unquote, and were abusing women, that's not us. We never had that. We were brought up in a society where you were on the same playing field as us. Jobs, money making, access to healthcare, access to schooling. Matter of fact, black women earn more degrees than we do. Black women go to college more than we do. So we didn't grow up oppressing you, bro. I was on the basketball course with girls. You know, I had arguments I almost had fights with girls. Like that's our reality. So when y'all talk this stuff, it's like, I think that y'all really get caught up in the feminist, the womanist, the 4B, the TikTok movements and woman empowerment movements that y'all get so caught up in that you're not realizing, like, really most of the guys that you know treat you like they treat their partners, except you're a woman. So it's different, but it's not unequal. And when we have conversations about like Kamala Harris and stuff, one of her main things is Roe v. Wade. And y'all talk about that, and it's like, but you expect for a man to just be okay with that when some of us have had our child aborted and we didn't want that. And then we see a guy have his child with a woman, and she uses that said child to get child support, to take from him. I don't think y'all understand how much child support is a betrayal, because it's not just about money. You're throwing me in a system, especially as a black man, that has never been fair to me. So though I hear what y'all are saying, and I receive it, that's why I work on my delivery. I have worked on my delivery so many times, and I think it's worth working on more, because I'm not just trying to be a sausage fest around this motherfucker. Like, I want to have conversations with men, and we're going to have those conversations, and I will advocate for us, but I'm advocating for us in one way, but I'm trying to get us together in another. So I need the message to come through clear, but I will not allow y'all to hold me hostage or hold me to your standard only. No, there's a standard between both of us. And I just think that instead of hearing, like really listening and hearing what we're saying, you put yourself in the front of it. And I'm trying to get you ladies to understand, you're losing black men. Now, if you don't care, fine, but you're losing them. And that's why you have this abundance of podcasts. That's why we're doing the content that we do, because we do not feel heard. And we do not get media attention, and we do not get our positions of actually being in a victim versus victimizer situation. We never see ourselves as the victim in nothing, even amongst ourselves. Not in media, not in movies, not at home. We don't get that. So I just need y'all to understand that sometimes you have to remove your feelings, and if you can't do that, you need to get therapy, because sometimes you have to put your feelings to the side for a moment and really hear that black man. So I'm glad y'all ladies answered. This is not an attack, but I just want y'all to hear me, and I hope that y'all hear me. So with that being said, make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure you hit all so you can get all of my content as soon as it drops. I'm gonna get out of here. You dig.